So let's start. So we continue today our Kitzur Shulchan Aruch classes, right? So today is the second class, and we start with Sefer Chofetz Chaim, right? Lesson a day, and we continue the next thought. So we went in overview. So the next thought is down the page where it says the laws of proper speech. So it says the laws of proper speech are HaShem specific, particular directives for how to use this defining capacity. They teach us how to look at people, speak to people, and speak about people. Right? Very interesting.
Well, I'm curious, what do you mean by teach us how to look at people? So, because I read this before you called, I was just reading that whole thing, just to see, where it was going. I was like, to look at people, I'm curious to know what they mean by that, because that's very interesting to me.
It's very good question. So, look at people, how you judge person. So, for example, you see something doing something wrong. Like, it looks to you that he's doing something wrong.
Right.
For example, I give you one a classic example. I like all of the classic example. So you know this person from your shul, and now from the far, from maybe half a block away, you see him on Shabbos going into the car and going somewhere. So it depends how you look at this person, look at this situation. So basically, just to give you a little preview, right? So if he's a kosher person, so you know that he's Shomer Shabbos, and every time that you're in the shul, he's also in the shul, and this one time he behaved like that. So you are obligated to look at him positively and give him a benefit of the doubt. What is the benefit of the doubt? So maybe he has a 3 years old on his back seat and he has a stomach pain and he's going to the hospital.
Right.
So in this case, it is permitted for him to go in the car on Shabbos and drive. Right? So that's how you look at people. Speak to people. Also, do not, for example, one of the examples would be not embarrassing a person in public.
I got embarrassed today in a shul.
Ooh, that's good. That's good. Oh yeah. I'm going to teach you now what to do when it happens. So
I just kept my mouth quiet.
But it's not enough. It's not enough.
Yeah. Okay.
So I'm going to tell you why.
It hurt. Because after I walked out, I was like, "Why? It's bothering me." I didn't say anything back, although I felt like I should have.
No. God forbid. No.
That was like the old me thinking, you should have said something back.
Okay, I'm going to tell you what. So I think it's in a Sefer Yov. It's one of our prophets, right? It's a machlokes. He was a Jew or not Jew? Okay, but he was one of the prophets. Very interesting book. So it's the question is asked. What the world is holding on, right? What the world, it's suspended in the air, right? What holds this this earth from falling into into this atmosphere, and then not atmosphere, in this cosmos, right? How is it suspended on what, right? And the answer is this. Our sages say that the world is suspended by nothingness. And they say, what do you mean by nothingness? Nothingness, it means that nothing is holding, it's supposed to fall, right? Somewhere, right? So they say nothingness, they explain the world is suspended on people being embarrassed and they do not answer back.
Really?
So when somebody answer you and you don't answer back, you must know that you're Hashem's partner in suspending the world.
I didn't.
See, you're officially his partner.
Okay.
It's one thing. Second thing, it's when somebody, God forbid, embarrass somebody in public, it's like he's killing the person.
Yeah, in a shul too.
In a shul, especially in a shul. So, but when you do not answer, I wanna continue with the topic on hand. But we're going to return to this on this moment when somebody embarrasses you. You do not answer. You have to wish, make a wish from HaShem.
Really?
And you can ask big things, huge things, because HaShem in this specific situation, when you quiet, that's it's a midah like HaShem. He's quiet. When people embarrass him, he's quiet. So when
I'm
you
writing this down, just give me one.
yes, please.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so you must make a wish and always keep quiet, and especially if you have something to answer, your reward is immeasurable. And they say that when you know such a person who was embarrassed in public and kept quiet, come and ask him for a blessing.
But all I did was when I came to my car, I was just like, I forgive him for Shem, and that's it. That's all I did. That's all I can say.
Yes. No, that's what you must do. Because why you must do that? Because if you don't forgive him, and he's right, he's not right, it doesn't make any difference. So if he's going to be punished, right? If somebody say I don't forgive that person, if that person, God forbid, is going to be punished, so they're going to look at your account. And the Jew is going to be punished because of you.
Wow.
So let him, if this person is deserved to be punished, let him be punished, but not because of you.
Right.
HaShem has millions and billions of messengers. Let it be somebody else. Let it not be you, even though it's not your fault.
Right.
Okay. So that's how we explain it. Okay. So one more time this line. They teach us, so meaning these laws, how to look at people. We just explained. Speak to people, and speak about people. So, all right. So continue. They reflect the Torah's wisdom, which sees the impact and ripple effect in every negative interaction. So our sages were, of course, they guide all of the psychology and psyche of the person mind and how it's going to affect him, and not only right now, but 3 minutes from now, a year from now, 10 years from now, from HaShem, from creator of the human beings, of these minds. The Torah understands that at the core of virtually every broken friendship, shattering career, or divorce is a seed of hatred, a seed usually planted by hurtful words. So sometimes you can be friends with somebody, right, from your childhood, and you told them, and maybe it was a joke, or maybe you had a headache, or this ache, or that ache, and maybe it was not in the mood, and and he said, that's it. I don't want to talk to you anymore. I don't want to see you. I want this. Okay, so we must be very careful always. How often? Always, with our words. The Torah laws reflects HaShem knowledge that much of one pain and anguish of life can be averted by restraining ourselves from sowing these seeds. So control your speech. Just because you have a good joke when somebody is in any specific situation, just keep quiet. Just keep quiet. It's very important, like especially between man and his wife, and since, for example, they spend a lot of time together, right? So at one point they run out of subject for conversation, right? So they start discussing their relatives and friends and her girlfriends and his friends and stuff like that, and it's not going to end up good.
Yeah, I've seen it happen. So.
That's what our sages say. So our great rabbis, and I heard it from Rabbi Mizrachi, Shlita from, I don't know, many years ago, maybe 10 years ago. So he said, if you want to really develop really close relationship with your wife, start learning Torah with her.
But how do you learn Torah with your wife?
I learn Torah with my wife 4 times a week.
How do you do it? Like, what do you?
Okay.
Like, how do you?
Exactly. Okay. So, for example, she would not learn with me whatever I learn with you, because it's different. She has a different mindset.
Right.
But something like I'm it's easier for me to tell you the topics. For example, on Monday we learn the Talmud with him, right? So there are many stories, many challenges between rabbis, and it's very challenging. It's very interesting.
Right.
And women usually they more logical than men. Usually, right?
Okay.
And smart, and they have a sense. So even though she does not learn as much as I am, maybe she learns maybe 10% of what I learn, but she has this women's sense, this sixth sense. So many times she asks the question, and I would say, "Stop it! Why would you say so?" I said, "Why would you say so?" And three lines down, Rashi asks her a question. And this question would never, ever enter my mind.
You read Hebrew?
Me, I read Hebrew, but I don't understand most of it. So I'm read English. English is good, right? So on another day we learn Medrash. The Medrash. Also, it's very interesting. So they go. It's like a Gemara style. They go deep into all of the details.
Right.
Then we learn Novi. So
and you do that together. So
yes, and
interesting.
And we discuss. So for example, if you want to talk to somebody for hours and hours and hours and hours, try to learn Kings, Melachim. Kings. Okay. So it's about David. Right, it's about David, Shaul, Shmuel, Shlomo is in the Kings too. Yeah, so there are many midrashim, all of the background story, and for example, I have my favorite characters, and she has her favorite characters, and there is a very deep story and the very interesting background of what happened and what lessons do we learn. So Torah is not a storybook, right? So when they tell you the story, right, if Torah spends an ink on every word, it means that to teach us some lesson,
right,
in life, that whatever happened to David applies to me today, right, and not only to me, to everybody. So and this midrashim, these deep commentaries, they explain. So it's very interesting, and she has a woman perspective. I have, of course, guy's perspective, and it's never boring, never ever boring, never ever.
Interesting. I look forward to that day.
Yeah. Beezrat HaShem. And what else we learn? And then we learn in Yaakov. In Yaakov, it's basically this great rabbi. He compiled all of the stories from the Talmud. So he left halacha away, right? And easy reading, but it's also very, very deep stories, very interesting stories.
Interesting.
So on one hand, it's easy reading, but since I learn more than her, so I can add to these stories.
Right.
Like how, for example, from they say the story, and I say, you know what? I know that this and this halacha derive from this story.
Right.
So it's always it's Rabbi Mizrachi was right 100%, and it works very well for me. Okay. And for some other people who I recommend, and they doing the same.
That they do it, and it works for them too.
Yeah. Okay, so there's always things to talk to your wife besides discussing I don't know, her girlfriends or her relatives or your relatives or
I
neighbors.
Heard that, rabbis used to come home and they would teach their wives mussar from what they learned, that day. That I heard.
Yes.
But learning Torah together, that sounds very fun to me. Not fun, but like.
But it is fun. It is fun. So you learn in Torah because it says clearly that women are not obligated to learn Torah. But they must know. I mean, if she's going to be in charge in the kitchen, she must know 100% all of the intricate details of the kashrus.
Right.
You understand? But if she does not learn, so how would she know? And if you, for example, we learn these kashrus subjects together. That's how we started a long time ago, right? I mean, she would not read by herself, but together. Some things not clear, so we would discuss and we ask rabbis.
Together.
Yeah, so together is always better and simpler, and we have motivation.
It's funny because like my parents used to tell me, like even in Russian, like they would spit wisdom, but it all stems from Torah because even now I hear it. It's like from Torah. Like they would tell me, like it's always better to do things with two. Like when there's two of you, it's better. And I'm like thinking that when I think about it, I'm like it's like Torah wisdom right there. You know, like
exactly.
It's just all wisdom from today is like old Torah wisdom.
Exactly.
That was already. So yeah.
Okay.
All right. So let's go on.
Yeah, let's continue a little. So we said so all of these seeds are sown in these hurtled words. Right, it is, but one more time. So when you have all of this discussion about what you learn, it's very like lively discussions. It's not like okay, David said that and Shaul said no. It's very lively discussions. So very lively. Okay, so okay, continue. It is actually a simple principle. If one removes negativity, gossip, slander, and divisiveness from one's vocabulary, one automatically and dramatically improve one's own life and the lives of everyone in one's environment. It's not easy, right? On one hand, on another, not easy, but benefit that everybody's life around you is improving. So everybody wants to be around that person.
Right.
And I know that person, such a person. So I had to work with him just recently, maybe last week, right? So I have to do like some activity with him for 5 hours straight.
Wow.
And where we were working on trying to do some things, and we were talking, and some negativity slipped out of my tongue. I knew, like later on I analyzed what I said, what he said, and I knew it was not specific, not specific person, stuff like that. So it was not as bad, but still there was negativity. And then I realized that in 5 hours, this rabbi that I did activity with said 0 negative things. No negative. It's not about like 0.
He didn't say anything.
Absolutely negative. Only positive about everybody. And this rabbi, believe it or not, he's as he told me. No, he didn't tell me. He told several times to the whole congregation. So he's a grandson of the grandson of the author of the Kitzur Shulchan Aruch.
Really?
Grandson of the grandson.
That's unbelievable.
Yes, he's a rabbi in the shul where they go, and we had to do some activity together. Yes,
that's unbelievable.
It's yeah. So
it's no wonder he didn't say anything negative.
It's not always like that. So just because he's great was a great person does not mean that children on a par.
Right, but if he is great, it also means that he did take some of it, right?
Yes,
so
yes.
It can happen that because I know that there's a lot of stories about children being not righteous when their parents were righteous. So I know that it's not always like that. But that's interesting that not one negative thing. It's hard, because when you're learning about Lashon Hara, like I know, like I'm sometimes I'll, because I talk, because my best friend works with me at the store, like where I work at. So he'll say something, and I'll sometimes worry, like, if my response was, it's not like bad about him or anything, but like he'll mention somebody, and I'll be like he'll be like, oh, did you hear what happened? And I'll be like, no, I didn't, and I don't want to know anything about who he's talking about, even though I know the person. I don't even want to hear about him, but like, how do you stop that?
It's all of these recipes in this book.
It's all in this book.
It's a clear recipes what to do.
Okay, I can't wait till I get this book.
Okay.
Because there's so much, like with Lashon Hara, it's very like, I need a rule book. That's
what it is. That's what it is. And in all of my groups that with all of people, not all, but in many people, with many people that I learned, we start with this book or other books.
With this book.
Yes, maybe other books also. Okay. But on the same topic. Okay. So let's see. There is one commentary. It says there are many. There are times when Lashon Hara is permitted or even required. There is when warning a person about potential harm. For example, a potential business or marriage partner. So, for example, if you know that somebody is not a good person, right, and he steals and stuff like that, and you know for sure because it happened with you, right? You went business with this guy, and he cheated you, and now he pushed you out of the business, and he owns the business, and now he's looking for another partner or victim, right? Partner/victim. Right, and so now somebody who does not know this guy, like let's say it's 5 years later, and he is interested in becoming a partner to this business. So you're obligated to warn that person. So basically, you're going to say negative things about your former partner, right? But it's your obligation to protect that second guy. Or, for example, in a marriage partner. So if you know, so for example, you know that somebody is looking for shidduch, right? And this guy, he lives, I don't know, you live on a second floor, and he lives on a third floor, right? And you know that he's going in and out of rehab, and he just stopped maybe 2 weeks, and he decided to get married, right? So, and this girl, she does not know him, and he's looking like a cool guy and stuff like that, and so you are obligated to warn her, because he can relapse every second. Just because he's clean now, it does not mean that he's not going to relapse. If she's going to decide that I want to give him a chance, it's her business. You're not obligated to stop her. But at least you're obligated to warn her.
To warn her, right?
Yes.
So it's like, okay, if a person is walking in the dark and you know that there's some like block or like a hole in front of him, you're obligated to tell him. Obligated. Keep walking forward. That's on him. Right. Okay.
So, and if you're quiet, so there is no mitzvah at all. They in a Shemaim, they're going to blame you for this.
They are. Okay. So it's like a negative prohibition.
Absolutely. Okay. Yeah. So, or as an example, for example, like not so dramatic, but also when you're obligated, when you know that this guy, he's not Shomer Shabbos, for example, and she's a Shomer, so he looks very religious, but you know that you see him through the window that he smokes every Shabbos. He's hiding behind the bush or whatever he does. So you must warn him, because it's a big spiritual danger.
Right.
Okay, so continue. On the other hand, the second-hand information and baseless impression have momentous implications. So second-hand information, what does it mean? When, for example, this business deal happened to your brother, right? So your brother was, so you must say that it was not me. I did not witness what happened. And maybe your brother actually... when somebody's hurt, he would add details. Right. But people add stuff. Like, okay, everybody knows that. So you said that that's what happened to my brother. That's what he told me. I'm not sure of the facts, but you told him you're going to tell him that there is big chance that whatever my brother told me is true. So you must say clearly it's a second-hand information.
Right. So you have to let them know that you didn't actually witness it.
Yes.
You weren't involved. Somebody told you.
Yeah.
Like that.
But I trust that person. But it's your obligation now. So I'm warning you. But your obligation now to do the homework.
Okay. Very good to know.
Continue. The questions of when you're allowed or even required to speak Lashon Hara are complicated. We're going to learn all of these questions in details, just so you know. A rabbinic authority with experience in the field of Shmiras Halashon should be consulted in any of these cases. Okay, but even though they say that, they give very good guidelines, right? So based on this, most of the cases would be clear cut, right? But okay, but not all of them. Okay, so let's stop here for today, to be continued. All right. So let's go to Kitzur Shulchan Aruch.
Okay.
And so we're on page number 7 and sieve number 3. Okay, so we're learning the laws of early morning. Okay, so sieve number 3. Continue to outline some fundamental avodas HaShem. So avodah, it means service of HaShem. So for example, in a temple, all of these kohanim, they were doing avodah. So service of HaShem, whatever needs to be done. Okay, it's also avodah, and that's what we do. So we serve HaShem. Okay. Kitzur cites and explain the Mishnah in Avos. So when we say Avos, it means Perkei Avos. Right. It's teachings of our fathers. Okay, that's very interesting also. Okay, so here we go. Yehuda ben Tema says, "Be bold as a leopard, light as an eagle, swift as a deer, strong as a lion, to carry out the will of your Father in heaven." Okay, so what does it all mean? Okay, they're going to explain. Okay, so I'm not going to comment. Okay, to be bold as a leopard means that he should not be ashamed before people who scoff at him. With the respect of his service of HaShem, may his name be blessed. So it applies to all of the people who did tshuva later on in their years, right? I don't know, 20, whatever age, doesn't make any difference. So and now your friends are going to say, Mike, so you're not coming to movies, you're not coming to the beach with us, you're not coming to this, you're not going to smoke hookah with us, you're not going to smoke a little joint with us. That's it. You're such a tzaddik. That's it.
This is exactly
you think with that we forgot what you did 5 years. You remember the stolen car. So now you're a different person. No, Mike. I know exactly who you are. Stop pretending. Stop. You understand? And it happened with absolutely everybody. So and many people they would.
Everybody always feels like now all of a sudden we're like they think like I'm better than them. Like they think that I think that I'm better than them because all of a sudden I'm, and it's just so funny. Like you're trying to be a good person according to God, which means like no cheating, no lying, no stealing, and now all of a sudden they feel like their lives are threatened. Like. Whoa, like what do you mean? Like I'm looking at what they're doing is wrong, which it is wrong. But like I'm not looking like I'm better than them. I'm just changing my life. Like that's it. I want to go with God.
Yes.
Like with what God is.
And without any comments. So it's not like the issue is just add to your point. It's not like you're rebuking these people, right? You just mind your own business, right? But they feel it. You see that comes. Here comes in subconscious. So subconsciously, they know that whatever you're doing is correct, and whatever they're doing is not correct, is wrong.
Right. It's like the same thing with Noah's Ark. Like when he finally built it, and he was going on the boat.
Yes.
They knew that he wasn't lying, but they still didn't want to admit it to themselves.
Yes.
Like that's why they said that they wanted to kill him, like as soon as he got on the boat.
Yes.
Because they knew. They knew.
Exactly.
Their neshama knows.
Exactly. Exactly. So neshama, that doesn't matter how dirty it is after all of these sins that the person does. It's still a spark of HaShem, right? And neshama wants to do the will of HaShem. That's it. So it's just be ready to go through all of the hurdles. For sure, it happens with everybody. And many people, unfortunately, broke because of that. So they were embarrassed. So because and they start absorbing because of the peer pressure. But I'm going to tell you exactly where this peer pressure is coming from. So as you said, whatever we said, correct 100%. So they feel threatened. Right. So there are two ways how you can approach this threat. One way, you can ascend to the level of this person, meaning you, right? They can do the same. You're not stopping. Nobody's stopping them to do the same as you did, right? Nobody's stopping them. Or they can lower you in their eyes. So basically, to go on your level, it's required a lot of work. Right? A lot of dedication, change their life, change their habits, or if they lower you in their own eyes, so it's like you're on the same, you and them on the same level. So it's always easier to lower somebody in their eyes, or in that person's eyes, than to go the harder route and to ascend on his spiritual heights.
Right.
So that's as you said, they feel threatened, and that is guarantee is going to happen. Guarantee. Okay, like it is guaranteed that the water is wet, so it's guaranteed it's going to happen. So
I've noticed it almost right away, like even from family. From family,
exactly.
It's unbelievable.
So that's Kitzur Shulchan Aruch. Kitzur, the Shulchan Aruch means laws. Laws, it's not a good thing to do. It's that's the law. That's what we must do. So a person must be bold as a leopard, meaning if they going to make fun of you, for example, you I don't know, you on a birthday or you whatever somewhere, and you brought your tefillin, so in front of everybody, like that's time to put the tefillin. That's what I do. That's what I'm going to do. Nobody, and then they're going to laugh. What do you put it on your hand, on your where is it on the one on your right hand, right? Where only on one hand. So that doesn't matter. You just do what you must do. That's it. Like for example, some people in the airport, like they just try to hide somewhere and stuff like that. So I would do like if I need to pray with my talis and tefillin, I do in all public. So of course, I would face a wall, right? Like a column, so I would not have any distraction. But I would do that everybody would see.
Right.
And my wife always say that people come around you and they take pictures like a tourist. It's like attraction. So I'm like a local attraction. But
at work I do the same thing, right? Because for minha I can't go to minyan, like it's during work. So like I'll go in the basement because I work at a pawn shop, and at a certain time, and I have workers that just go down there, and ever since I became a tshuva, like it's gotten a little new, and I just don't care. Like let them go around me.
Let them go.
It was a little tough at first because they're not used to you doing this, and you're not used to doing it in front of them. But I've noticed I've been made fun of already just for saying blessings over food.
But after some time, that's in another Torah lesson. They're going to get used to it, and it's happened very, very soon. Just mark my words, and they would not pay attention at you. Whatever. That's this guy, he always does that. Okay, that's it. So it's no old news. Okay.
Right.
So next one, the exhortation to be lightened as an eagle refers to the looking with one's eyes, which means to say that one should be quick to close one's eyes to avoid seeing evil, as that is the initial stage of sin. Okay, so this we're going to spend some time to explain. The eye sees something prohibited, then the heart desires, and finally the organ of activity, there is the limbs, complete the transgression. So we have to explain this. So let's start with the explanation that is not here. Okay, that's like more like Talmud explanation about eagle. So they say to be light as an eagle. So our sages say light as an eagle. Eagle is the huge bird, right? It's probably the heaviest bird. So how is it light? And then they explain that meaning light, right, in double quotes, right, light that eagle goes the highest than all other birds. Despite of his weight, right, he goes the highest. So they say, learn from the eagle. So he has some disadvantage compared to the small birds, right, that weigh nothing, right? So he goes the highest. So work on yourself, right, and you can reach unbelievable heights, despite of the weight. Use this weight as your advantage. Okay, here what they say, the eagle have as you may maybe heard many times, there is a expression eagle eye, right? Eagle eye meaning that eagle rides from very far high. It sees all of these small rabbits or small mouse or whatever small like animals, and it attacks. And okay, so meaning that eagle has quick eyes, meaning that we have to close our eyes. So and I'm talking about men, right? Women also, but we're talking about men. So actually I heard this lecture just recently. So it says one of the French philosophers says, very interesting. So he said the eyes see what mind is ready to see. So if a mind of a person, if a guy is outside in a summer and he's in a city, right? So and his mind is looking for these not properly clothed ladies, that's what his eyes are going to see. If he looks for I don't know for trees, he's going to see all of the trees. That's one that's explanation, all right? But then but once he sees it, so it's all of the sins come from the eyes,
right?
From the eyes, right? So all of the jealousy, for example, he saw that his neighbor has a bigger apartment, a better car, bigger this, better this, whatever, right? So and it starts from the eyes. Why? Because he was looking.
Yeah.
Because he was looking, and here we say or if he saw a woman not properly dressed or even properly dressed, and his imagination imagined her without all of these things, right? So first he saw, then it entered his mind, and the scary thing is that this image can stay in his mind for many years. And then
the subconscious.
Yes, and then these images, these things, these thoughts guarantee to bring him to actions. And even actions this guy is going to do with this girl today, it might be inspired something that he saw last week or a year ago. You understand? So it was staying in his subconscious, and it was constantly cooking, constantly.
Right.
So, but if you don't feed your subconscious, right? If you don't look, so that's so you're in a much better position. So you don't have all of these temptations, right? So that's we're going to. So
actually, I've noticed that, like, because I've averted my eyes, like, since I started doing Torah. And I've I've noticed my temptations have gone down, but my Yetzirah has gone up. Like, like I feel like things are being presented to me just for me to look up,
exactly.
And I constantly have to, battle the world just to, keep myself straight, But the one thing that scares me is just, I walk, no matter where I am, Target, this, I'm just to look down. HaShem is looking at me. He's going to play this all for me in Shemayim.
Yes.
I got to just look down.
That's a Jewish way of thinking, first of all. And second, so we will look down. That's what I do. But you must know one thing. That in this world, you're being paid for your achievements. Meaning, if you work in a store, so let's say you work for commission, so this boss says, so I give you base salary $200 a week, for example, and plus 5% of 10% of your commission. So if you don't sell anything, so he give you zero commission, zero, right? But because why? Because you were not successful. So he would, if you come for your check, so he said, no, I'm not paying you this week because you produce zero, right? That's the way that this world is. Or for example, better example, if you take your car to mechanic and you say there is some noise and this and that, or maybe some wires and I don't know, okay. So and then you come, like he said. Come 3 days later and stuff like that. You come 3 days later and he said, okay, Mike, very nice. So you owe me Moshe, right? Moshe. So he said, Moshe, everything is good. You owe me $7,000 and I need another 3 days. So you said, you normal? I owe you $7,000 for what? For what? I mean, he said, I was looking for this issue. I took your card apart. All of the things, and 5 people were working for 3 days non-stop, and I changed this and it did not work. Change this. So basically I changed half of your car, and there is still noise, but no, don't worry, in 3 days I'll find the issue. So you would be very upset at this guy. You would take him to court, this and that, because right? Because why is he charging? He did not accomplish anything in 3 days. And he wasted your time, and on top of that, he wants payment. That's this world, right? That's Baruch Hashem. That's now how HaShem operates. HaShem rewards us for our efforts.
Right.
So it's A for efforts, right? So and it says that if you had an opportunity to do a sin, for example, you walking in the aisle of this Target. And it's a good smell, right? Some people put so much, these women, so much perfume, even men, right? So it's beautiful smell, and you want to look up, and you don't. So HaShem count this as a mitzvah for you. And the harder it is not to look up, the bigger reward. So just because you did not do sin, HaShem is going to reward you. So all of this, it's not for free.
Good to know.
So you're not. Remember with HaShem, you not volunteer. That is working for free, and you just because you're a nice guy. Absolutely not. You're working for a huge payment.
Yeah.
Okay, continue. The eye see something prohibited, and the heart desires, and finally the organs of activity. There is limbs. Complete the transgression. So if it's okay, so whatever limbs, different limbs. Okay.
I got it.
Okay, so continue. To be swift as a deer is a reference to the legs, teaching that one leg should hurry a person to perform good deeds. So if you have an opportunity to do a mitzvah, you have to run. So they say, why? Well, if I walk, it's not good enough. I have to run. They say, absolutely. Because Eitz Hara, if you start walking slowly, Eitz Hara will find you 17,000 reasons why you should not do it. At least not now. At least not now.
That for sure starts with me in the morning. To get out of bed sometimes, it's it tells you like, oh, just hang on for 5 more minutes. But I keep hearing like you got to jump out of bed like just to wash your hands.
Yes.
This mitzvah,
Yes.
And I heard that if you do it like 4 or 5 times in a row, Hashem's gonna help you the rest of the way, like every time. And I'm still trying to battle this first thing, like.
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
I gotta do it.
Yeah. So next one, it's exactly what you said, and be strong as a lion refers to the heart as a strength, the strength required to serve Hashem. May he be blessed. Resides in the heart. Okay, commentary number 12, and we're going to explain. Although Avodas Hashem often entails physical activity, it is primarily requires spiritual strength and will. Exactly as you were discussing. Just. The heart is the seal of these emotions. So you're going to do these things, all of the activities. So physically, to wash hands, it's very easy. But if your mind, meaning if you're not ready in your heart, it's the hardest thing to do ever. So that's what the Kitzur tell us: be strong as a lion. Where? In your heart.
Right.
So resolve that I'm going to do it no matter what. Right. Okay, continue. Thus Yehuda ben Tema urged that one fortify his heart. There is a resolve that to serve Hashem. Okay, I'm serving Hashem. I don't care, and overpower his evil inclination to conquer it. So overpower. So first is as we just said, you have to overpower so many times, but then to conquer it. So after evil inclination, right? So after it sees that it's a lost battle, so it's going to leave you. It's going to present itself in a different field, but at this, for example, in the morning, it's going to leave you alone.
Right.
And they visit you from time to time. Not every time. From time to time.
From time to time.
Maybe like when you're in your weakest point, when they didn't sleep enough, right?
Right.
So okay. So all right. So that's how it works. Continue. Just as a strong man overpowers his enemy, vanquishes him, and throws him to the ground. Okay, so this battle with Yetzer Hara is here from the beginning of the world. It's very strong, very, very powerful, and very smart, and very sneaky. Right? And the commentaries say, by properly strengthening his resolve, a Jew can hope to eliminate any inclination to sin. And just add to this, so if you have a mitzvah or some things that is hard for you, so you have to pray and ask Hashem's assistance, right?
So like even for like these small things, like give me strength.
It's not small. No,
yeah, okay, yeah, you're right. It's not small.
so like many people don't do it. No, for you. So it's like so they say how Jew supposed to pray. He's supposed to beg Hashem like a little kid. Mm-hmm. So a little kid, he would beg his parents for bubble gum, for a piece of candy, for this, for that. Take me to the movies, Chas v'sholom, right? They take me to the beach, take me to the park, take me to this place, that place. You understand? So like for him, there are no small things. So everything he has to ask his parents, and when we acknowledge that everything comes from Hashem, so we are like this little kid. So everything I need, I come to my Father in heaven, and ask Him for assistance. You understand? So don't think that you bother Him. Opposite is true. So when you acknowledge that only He can help, it's a big thing. So you don't say, no, I'll do it. I'll manage. No. Hashem, sit in your throne. I'll manage. I don't need your help. So, but when we say, Hashem, I need your help, even in this thing, to get up, just please, I missed whatever I missed in the morning because I could not get up. Please help me get up 5 minutes early. That's all I need. Just that's all I beg of you. Just 5 minutes. Please help me.
Okay, I'll do that today.
And the place where you ask, so that's why I ask you to have a siddur. So we have different siddurim, but I can explain you where is it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's when you pray Shmona Esrei.
Oh, it's in the Amidah.
Yeah, Amidah. So at the end of the Amidah, so the last blessing, it's about the peace, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so HaShem should bless us with peace. And there is a small paragraph, and then you take 3 steps back.
Right.
So when you finish this last blessing with about peace, so in this place, our sages say insert all of your requests, personal requests.
All of them in there. Okay.
So this personal request is going to be part of the Amidah, official part of the Amidah.
Mm-hmm.
That's why this, and don't think that any request is small. Any request is acknowledgements that HaShem is running the world.
So right after the peace part, with your
yes,
peace,
yes,
right after that.
That's it. Yes. So before that, you cannot talk. You cannot add different things, and unless things that said in the siddur, like for sick people, for parnasa,
right.
other people. Okay, I'm not talking about that, but with your own words, we don't add until this point, and here you can add. Okay, so you have a time for the next halacha or stop here? Tell me.
All right. Can we stop here? Just
okay. Yes.
Help
Yeah.
my grandma with some stuff.
Okay.
But,
Okay. No.
I'm looking forward to tomorrow. I won't be able to, but I'm looking forward to Friday morning.
Okay.